Took me out, man. I could never go against Michael's version ever.
Did you ever meet him?
I met him once. I met him. Oh, you know where I met him is really crazy, and this is really crazy. This was during I was with Lionel. We were in Las Vegas performing. This is before it was. What theater was that? We were doing a show at a theater. It was at Planet Hollywood, and so we had just did a show there. I think it was 2003. I believe it was 2003. 2003. We did the show. So after the concert, people were outside of Lionel's room waiting to meet him. There was a couple of people, but they had cleared everybody out. There was this lady there, and then there was this old man. It was like an old man there. So I went up and I was talking to the old man for a second. I said, "Are you here waiting for Lionel?" He goes, "Oh yeah." He goes, "I'm waiting." He said, "It was a great show, by the way." I said, "Oh, thank you." I was talking to the lady, and she said, "Yeah, it was a great show." And then we talked for a minute. And then the next thing I know, he says, "Yeah, man." He says, "I really, really enjoyed the show." And he said, and on top of it, he says, "I really enjoyed the work that you did for my sister." And I said, "Your sister?" I said, "Who's your sister?" And he didn't say. He smiled, and then he went in the room. And I said, "Who's he talking about?" And then the lady was next to me. She said, "That was Michael Jackson in disguise." I went, "What? What?" He had this old man disguise. I was like, "What?" Man, I was talking to Mike. He didn't even tell me. He said I was working with your sister. I'm like, "Who's this old man sister that I worked with?" Because he was an old ass man. But he had a disguise on.
Oh my!
Man, I was tripping. So when he went in, and then after when I talked to Lionel, I was like, "Yo," I said, "There was Mike." He said, "Yeah, man." He said, "Did you see the disguise?" I said, "Yeah." He talked to me in that disguise. I didn't know that was him. And his voice was deep. He wasn't like, he said, "Mike, is it?" No, he was like, "Yeah, man. He changed his voice and everything." He said, "Mike is a trip." He got me. He
So
got me.
he knew you from Ribbon Nation.
Yeah, he knew. Yeah, of course he did. He knew it. Yeah, he said, "Yeah." And he said it like that too. He's like, "Yeah, I really enjoyed the work you did with my sister." And right when I said, my head, I went, and I was like, "Who was?" And then by the time I realized he was already, in the room with Lionel, so I didn't get time to respond. And then the lady
Wow!
said, "Oh, that's Michael in disguise." I was like,
Oh my goodness!
he got me. Yeah.
Yeah, but he still. I mean, the fact that he still remembered you from that. I mean, he put two and two
Well, yeah.
together.
I mean, he watched the show. I'm sure he knew who I was. Just the name, I guess.
No, but that's. I mean, it's such 15, 20 years. That's a long time to say this was the guy who
Yeah, well, it was like, yeah, it was because that was 1989, 99. Yeah, it was like 13, 14 years. Yeah, 13, 14 years since that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, that's a long time. They still wow. Yeah, because
He
we heard.
remembered.
Yeah.
He knew. And I also auditioned for his Thriller tour. I did an actual video audition, as a keyboard player. Of course, I didn't get it, but I auditioned, so I'm sure he probably seen that as well.
Oh, so this was Thriller tour because he didn't do a Thriller tour. He did the because he
Well,
went.
it was that tour after Thrill. It was whatever that tour was
It
after
was with
that.
the it was the Victory tour. He did it with the
Was it
brothers.
Was it the Victory? No, it wasn't. Oh, maybe it was the Victory tour.
Yeah, because
Wherever it
after
was, I
Thriller, he did
remember.
with the brothers, and then he
Yeah,
did the.
it was one of those
Was
tours.
it
I can't
bad?
remember.
Was it not bad?
It When was Bad? When was Bad released?
Bad was released in about 1987, so 88. So this is 2 or 3
So
years
it was.
before
Yeah, it was that because this is
Bad.
around 87.
Yeah, so it was
So I
bad.
think it was the Bad tour because we went. I had to, as an audition, you had to go down to. There was this place in North Hollywood called Leeds Rehearsal, and that's where they were holding all the auditions. So I went down there. They put you on the camera and they ask you all these questions. You sit there, then you get on the keyboard, you play, whatever, blah, 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 blah. But I did that like in about 80. Yeah, like I said, I was doing everything around 86, 87.
Okay, okay.
Whatever was going on, I was there. I was doing
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
No,
But
but
I knew I probably wouldn't get it, but I said, "Hey, I'm auditioning anyway."
Yeah, but you probably, I wonder if you had done it. I doubt if Janet would have picked you just because she wanted to be independent. So that sense of, oh, you did it for Michael, and people always,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. And I
And
thought about that too.
yeah, she would have just thought no, any because, but then I've a lot of of us who are big Michael fans. Um, I've really recently found out that actually the Rhythm Nation album was had such an impact on him that he tried to chase that sound to his detriment, meaning that he just kept away from the things that made him, his soul
Yeah,
and everything. And he was
that's true.
trying to
Yeah,
recreate that
that's true.
album with other producers, and that's. I mean, it was a great album, but I yeah, I don't know if he needed to try and recreate it with his and chase the
Yeah.
sound.
Yeah. Yeah. It's yeah. But hey, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I reach out my hand to you. I have faith in all you do. I reach out my hand to you. I have faith in all you do.
Just call my name and I'll be there.
Oh, yeah.
Just let me fill your heart with joy and laughter.
Togetherness,
It's all I'm after.